People in the cryptocurrency world often make big claims and do big things. But what happened with XRP is unlike anything we've seen before. There is a reference that has set the crypto world on fire in a recent report from the US Federal Reserve that is hard to find. Ripple is now officially a partner in the FedNow blockchain test program as a technology partner. This is not a guess. There is no truth to the story going around in Telegram groups. This is real and has been proven, and the effects are absolutely shocking. What you're about to hear could change how you see the future of money if you have XRP or are even thinking about buying. To begin, let us talk about the FedNow pilot scheme. FedNow is the US Federal Reserve's instant payment infrastructure. It is a new system that lets banks and other financial companies send and receive payments in real time. With this plan, payments will be made instantly, without any problems and across borders, which is a huge departure from the old ACH method. Ripple Labs is listed as a confirmed technology partner in the documents that the Federal Reserve made public. It is not mentioned as a possibility or a candidate. From now on, Ripple is a real part of the real-time payment change in the US. This is where things really get interesting. Ripple is more than just a consultant or back-end provider for this system. The story says that XRP is being looked at as a way to provide extra cash for settlements. This basically means that the Federal Reserve is thinking about using XRP as a way for institutions to send money to each other. It would be the first time in US history that a public blockchain and digital asset could be built into the country's banking system. That would be historic on its own. But this is only the start. XRP is the only cryptocurrency that can play this role. Its blockchain, called the XRP ledger, makes payment almost instantaneous. Transaction fees are very small, and the time it takes is usually less than 4 seconds. XRP is not only a better answer than traditional ones, which can take days and cost banks millions of dollars a year in fees, but it's also a completely new way to do things. For a long time, institutions have been looking for a way to use Nostro Vostro accounts less and keep less cash in foreign reserves. This problem can be fixed by Ripple's on-demand liquidity, which is driven by XRP and lets you send money across borders without having to first fund your accounts. Analysts are starting to understand how big this could get. One financial expert at JP Morgan said that even a small amount of use of Ripple and XRP in the US financial system could allow up to 5% of the country's GDP to flow through the XRP ledger by 2027. That's $1.3 billion every year. If you're thinking how that stacks up against other digital assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, and everything else, none of them even come close to that level of institutional integration. We are not talking about guesses. We're talking about rebuilding the banking system from the ground up with XRP as the base. Also, don't think this story is only about one government study. A few days after that paper was quietly released, the XRP ledger showed that a lot of wallets had moved. Firms that study blockchains noticed a pattern of buildup that has been getting stronger for weeks. One very big transfer made people look twice. The source was a bank that was linked to BlackRock. Yes, it is the biggest asset manager in the world, with more than $10 trillion in assets under control. Before this news hit the public, they seem to have been buying XRP in secret. Let's talk about numbers now, as this is where things really heat up. If the Federal Reserve adds XRP to its payment system, it could cause a demand shock that has never been seen before. The most XRP that can be made right now is $100 billion, and a lot of that is already locked up in institutional funds, escrow, and long-term holdings. A small amount of the circulating stock is available to retail investors. Something like a quick rise in demand from banks, governments, and fintech companies could cause a supply shock that sends prices through the roof. This isn't just a joke riding on the wave of popularity. XRP is useful in the real world, and it is clear how it is regulated in a number of big countries, including the US, after Ripple won a partial court case against the SEC. What does this mean for the price of XRP? According to conservative estimates, the price could reach $10 by 2026 if usage keeps going at this rate. But that's just the start. Some experts think that $10 is just a pit stop on the way to $100 or even more. Think about this. If XRP handles just 5% of the world's $150 trillion a year cross-border payments, it could support prices in the thousands of dollars per coin. That may sound crazy, but keep in mind that Bitcoin used to be worth $1. Ethereum used to cost less than $5. Disruption always seems silly until it's too late. We also need to do something about the growing number of whales. Since the beginning of the year, the number of whale wallets that hold more than 10 million XRP, has been slowly growing. In just the last few weeks, more than 190 million XRP have been put into whale wallets. These people are not just amateur investors. These are organizations, funds, and early adopters getting ready for what many people think will be the next big crypto cycle. XRP is not following the pack this time. It is one of them. The most important piece of the puzzle, though, isn't scientific. It's psychological. The mood in the market is changing. Before, XRP was thought to be a bank coin or a victim of regulators. Now it is seen for what it really is: the crypto ecosystem's most underpriced useful token. Smart money is putting a lot of money into infrastructure while other people chase unstable meme coins and short-lived hype trains. XRP is more than just a token, it's a change for the whole world's banking system. The domino effect is the most important thing to remember now. Other central banks will be paying close attention since the Federal Reserve is involved. Ripple's methods have already been tried out by the Bank of England. Digital settlement levels are being looked into by the European Central Bank. Both the International Monetary Fund and the World Bank have written papers praising Ripple's technology as a top option for global payments. XRP could quickly become a widely used payment method across the country if it can be shown to work on a large scale. It's possible that one day XRP will be the whole system and not just a part of it. You're not seeing the big picture if you think this is only about XRP. This is about how money will change in the future. A world where everything is fast, free, and done all over the world. It doesn't take days to send money back home, where small businesses can do business across borders for free.